So here is a bit of a different figure. This is the Bumblebee Ratchet, aka Shock Warrior. He is a third party, upscaled slash fixed version of the Studio series, I believe, or maybe Voyager class. I forget what it actually is called. Ratchet from Bumblebee. Those of you who watch my channel know that I have another third party slash knockoff Bumblebee design, which is the Optimus Prime figure. He's not officially licensed, which I weathered up and dirtied. So this is another one, although not quite in scale. So this guy is pretty freaking cool. Let's take a look at the box before we do anything. I know a lot of people don't care about this, but I just wanted to show it off because it's kind of hilarious. Our little buddy, super cool, with a red X for some reason. Shock Warrior here is apparently the guardian of mankind. Okay, that's kind of exaggerating. I mean, he's an Autobot. He helps defend humans, but I don't know if he's the guardian of mankind. Okay, maybe. And here is Mr. Shock Warrior, aka Ratchet. And he looks phenomenal. Now, this is not an original figure. This is a figure that's been upscaled to masterpiece size, which, if I'm going to be honest, I think that's my preferred scale for Transformers figures. I really like the upscaled Transformers masterpiece designs, or scale rather. Also, I didn't mention this, but this figure is an absolute beast of a value. Most upscaled masterpiece style figures are at least close to the $70 to $80 range. I know the Ratchet that I bought before was around $100 after shipping. He was pretty pricey. But this guy, how much do you think he is? Well, he's only $10 more than the base figure. I'm not kidding. He's around $45. The regular figure is $35. So that's incredible. I got him for Christmas. I forgot to say Merry Christmas to everyone before I started the video. He is a gorgeous piece with more paint applications. I don't have the original figure to compare him to, but if you look at a couple of pictures side by side, there's a few videos that do side by side comparisons, you'll understand why this guy is so much better. Overall, I think G1 style Ratchet is really cool. I kind of underappreciated it, but now I really do like his G1 design. Still not my favorite Ratchet design, but I do like the Bumblebee design. He's faithful to his original design, his G1 look, but he's updated and he looks a lot more complex. He's not just this big boxy thing like he was in the show. Honestly, I really dig the look of the Bumblebee figure. Now, compared to the movie design, compared to the figure, they're pretty close. The back is a little bit different. He's also not weathered. In the movie, he looks dirty and scratched, and I could do that to this figure. I'm debating on it. If I get another Shock Warrior, maybe. He doesn't have the Autobot logo for obvious reasons. He looks pretty damn good. Even though he's not weathered, I think he would look better with some washes to really bring out the detail and some scratches here and there. Honestly, I'm not that torn up about it. I think it looks fine as is, but if you did want to weather it, I think it would just look incredible. But I'm probably going to keep him as is. And compared to the regular figure, I forgot to mention this, he does have a light up feature for his gun, which I am not going to point directly at the camera because I don't want to kill your eyes. I don't want to flashbang you. He also has, now keep in mind, this is only $10 above the base figure, die-cast metal feet. That makes this figure really hefty. It's You can't really tell because it's painted, but if you touch it, it's cold. This does not feel cold. That's plastic. This is metal. Yeah. He has metal feet. And surprisingly, given how much extra heft this guy has, he's not wobbly. He's a very solid brick of a figure. Not brick as in like he's not posable, he is. But wow, does he look good. And I'm surprised that he doesn't have like his feet just flying everywhere because of the extra weight. Surprisingly, he's very, very well balanced too, even though the feet are kind of tiny. Here's the face sculpt, which looks pretty damn good. He does have light piping. I'm not going to assume that that is part of this version of the figure. I think that that was with the original figure as well. His hands have also been changed. They were originally black on the figure. I believe this is new. They repainted them red, which matches his G1 design a little bit better. I forget if he has red hands in the movie. I gotta rewatch the Cybertron scene where he appears very briefly. My biggest problem with Ratchet in the Cybertron scene, for the very brief moment that he spoke, he really didn't sound like Ratchet. He just sounded kind of like a generic soldier. He's just like, "What? They broke it through the front lines!" Like, he just didn't really sound like his original voice actor, or probably, I mean, he'd never sound like the 2007 one, which is my favorite voice for him. Again, because that's my favorite design for Ratchet as well. But he didn't really sound like him. I don't know if it's the same voice actor. I gotta look it up, but he sounded really different. Going around to the side of the figure, he looks absolutely phenomenal. He's got some decent articulation. Not really the best, but honestly, I'm not going to transform him on camera, nor in this video, because I don't really want to transform him. Because I don't really want him in his vehicle mode. His vehicle mode is kind of cool. It looks like a van looking thing. I'll show you the picture. I gotta hand it to the people who designed these toys. They never transformed in the movie, so they really had to come up with something. And Ratchet looks pretty good. The one that everyone makes fun of is Shockwaves from the Waveman figure. I don't mind that transformation. Nor do I not mind Soundwave's transformation. He kind of looks like this weird, like, tank thing. I actually don't mind it. It actually looks kind of cool. Again, more of the painted details on his legs. Something that's not painted on the original figure. He's got these extra, like, decals. All this is painted. He has these very, I want to say almost Gundam-esque warning labels here. Just absolutely phenomenal. Not a perfect figure, because mine does have this weird red spot here. Don't know what the hell that came off of, but that happened. Here's a better look at, sorry, that was my chair that's squeaking. And his gun. Pretty damn cool. Oh, so you probably want to see him next to the movie Ratchet from the 2007 film that I have. You know, I transformed him into vehicle mode, and I really don't want to transform him back. Anyway, I forgot to mention before we move on to comparison, they actually fixed this part of the figure as well as the thighs, and I think the back of the legs here. On the original toy, these are just open, which I think you could open these up on the figure. Whoopsies, I did not mean to do that. These are spring-loaded. I gotta pop that back out. Hang on. There we go. They covered this up, and it looks so much better, and it looks less cheap. They also gave him 2 things on the back to store his weapon if you want to, so that's changed. I know that the vehicle mode, the sides of it kind of have a change that's a bit of an issue. But other than that, I have to say that this has to be the best, like, Bumblebee upscaled figure that I've seen, because I haven't seen too many of them. I would like to see a wheeljack done in this scale as well, because I know that they do have a wheeljack figure. So yeah, really, really love him. He looks amazing. So yeah, you probably want to see him with the 2007 upscaled version that I have of Ratchet. I mean, if I were to transform him again, I'd be some kind of pathetic loser, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, so here's the 2007 one next to the Bumblebee version of Ratchet. And I gotta say, they scale really well. He's taller, which I was not expecting. Um, Overall, they both look really good. I'm gonna have them displayed with one another. I've actually fixed this figure. Last time you guys saw him, before I transformed him in the other video, I noticed in my previous video when I had him in robot mode, basically when I opened him up for the first time, the tires were kind of out here, which didn't look right to me. And afterwards, after I filmed the video, I was like, oh yeah, I totally screwed that up, because out of the packaging, he's not really correct. And after transforming him again, I fixed that. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I can transform him back into vehicle mode, because this piece snaps into the windshield right here. This little piece right here, that snaps into the windshield with a peg. I snapped it in, I can't get it back out. So he's going to be stuck like this for now on. And you know what? I don't care, because I love him in both modes. Anyways, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. And really, consider picking one of these up for yourself. It's going to take a hot minute because they come from China. Look him up. Sw-01 Shock Warrior. Great figure. Beast of a value. Like I said before, very worth it. Pick him up.